Exercise 18.12. Find dy by dx for each of the following. In part A, we have got y equals to x4 plus x5. When we need to differentiate them, so we would write d by dx of this term, d by dx of this term, plus d by dx of this term. So that will give us, applying the rule of the power rule, like for example, uh, 4 would be written at the beginning and then x raised to the power 4 minus 1. Same goes with the second term, 5 times 5 in the beginning and then x raised to the power 5 minus 1, which is 4x cubed plus 5x raised to the power 4. Okay, now I include uh, part C having some coefficients of the terms as well. So part C is y equals to 7x6 plus 9x square. So we need to differentiate on both the sides d by dx of y and then d by dx of 7x square plus 9x square. So that would be giving us the derivative of both the terms to be calculated separately. So now 7, which is the coefficient, that has been written intact, and then for x raised to power 6, I'm going to bring this power at the beginning and then x raised to the power 6 minus 1. Same goes with the second term, 9 being the coefficient, written as it is, and then x square, its derivative can be calculated as 2x raised to power 2 minus 1. Now multiplying them, so that completes the dy by dx of the given function. Okay, in the same way, let me solve its part I, for example. So I'm going to differentiate. I would be getting dy by dx on the left side of the equation, and then d by dx of 4x squared minus 12x cubed plus 5x raised to the power 4. Now I need to differentiate each term separately. D by dx of 4x squared minus d by dx of 12x cubed plus d by dx of 5x raised to the power 4. Now 4 being the coefficient would be written at the start, and then 2 would become in the beginning when I'm going to differentiate 4x square, and then x raised to the power 2 minus 1. Now this will give us 8x. Okay, now for the second term, 12 being the coefficient, that would be the same. And then for x cubed, 3 is brought in the beginning, and x raised to the power 3 minus 1. Then plus 5 would remain intact, and then d by dx of x raised to the power 4, which I'm going to calculate directly. to be 4x 4 minus 1. So now this was 8x minus 12 is a 36, x raised to power 2, and then 20 x cubed. That is the answer. Okay, for part J as well, dy by dx, that would be negative 8 by 11, and then taking the derivative of x raised to the power 4, that is obviously equal to 4x cubed. Like what I've done, that is bringing this x raised to the power 4 being the power at the beginning, and then x raised to the power 4 minus 1, that's equal to x cubed. Okay, now for the next term, 2 by 7 being written as it is, and then for x cubed, I can write it down 3x raised to the power 3 minus 1, then negative 3 by 4 remained intact, and then for x square I can write it down 2x raised to the power 2 minus 1. Simplifying them, 8, 8 for the 32, divided by 11, x cubed plus, now 2 times 3, 6 by 7, x raised to the power 2, and now I can simplify them. 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4. So it is negative 3 by 2 x raised to the power 2 minus 1, that is x. So that is the required derivative of the function. Okay, now for question 2, find the gradient of each curve at the point with the given x coordinate. Let me have part B. So dy by dx is equal to negative 2, this one. Then for x raised to the power 4, this is 4x 4 minus 1, that is 3. And then plus 3 times 2x raised to the power, obviously 2 minus 1, which is actually 1. So simplifying them, negative 8x cubed plus 6x. I hope it would be clear. Now, we need to evaluate this at x equals to negative 2. So we write down dy by dx at x is equal to negative 2. Negative 8, then negative 2 raised to the power 3 plus 6 times negative 2. Okay, this will give us negative 8 times negative 8, because negative 2 raised to the power 3 means negative 2 being multiplied with itself thrice. So 2, 4, 8, and then minus, minus, plus, plus and minus is minus once again. So that's how I've written negative 8, and for this second term, this is going to be negative 12. So that is the real answer. 4 minus 2, that is 2. And then 5, 52. And that completes question number 2, part B. Okay. Then For part C, for example, I would write dy by dx is equal to the derivative of this 3 times 4 times x raised to the power 4 minus 1. That is 3. Then derivative of 6x cubed. So I would write plus 6, then 3x raised to the power 3 minus 1. And for the last term, 3 would remain as it is. And for x square, it is going to be 2x 2 minus 1. Now simplifying them together, 12x raised to the power 3 plus 6 times 3, 18, x raised to the power 2, and then this will give us negative 6x. Now we need to evaluate it at x is equal to negative 1. So we write down dy by dx at x is equal to negative 1. So 12 times negative 1 is to the power 3 plus 18 times negative 1 is to the power 2 and minus 6 times minus 1. So this will give us negative 12. Then this would give us positive 18. And this also gives us positive 6. So which is 6 plus 6, 12. That's how we had to do question number 2. Now, the third question, find the coordinates of the point where the curve with equation this has gradient 12. This is how we did last question of exercise 18.11 as well. Y, so we would write dy by dx of, and on the right side this is d by dx of 2x cubed plus d by dx of 3x square. 2 as it is, bringing this 3 at the beginning, and then x raised to the power 3 minus 1. And for this, 3 times 2 times x raised to the power 2 minus 1. This is 6x squared plus 6x. Now we need to have the gradient given and the question is 12. So I'm going to replace the value of dy by dx to be 12. And on the right side, this is 6x squared plus 6x. So we can take 6 common. Now bringing this 6 to the on the right side, this is 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. Let me solve this one. This is negative 2. So x squared plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. The factors of 2, x squared minus x plus 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. X common, x minus 1 plus 2, x minus 1 equals to 0. So x minus 1 times x plus 2. So that will be x is equal to 1 and x is equal to negative 2. So for point, when x is 1, the value of y will be 2 times 1 cube plus 3 times 1 square, that is 2 plus 3, that is 5. So the point will be 1, 5. And for the second point, it is going to be y is equal to 2 times negative 2 raised to power 3 plus 3 times negative 1 raised to the power 2, which is 2 times negative 8, which is negative 16, and plus 3, that is